Hey everybody, Neil back once again with another quick streaming review for you. Today I'm going to be taking a look at The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 6, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. And this episode was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. Spoilers! Spoiler alert! Yes, you have been warned. Once again, I will be spoiling the poodoo out of this episode. So here we go. Din, Bo-Katan, and Grogu are all on the way to this planet called Plazir 15, which is kind of like a vacation planet, I guess. It's kind of a mix between Naboo and a little bit of Coruscant, and it's a beautiful-looking planet, I must say. And they are there to recruit some more Mandalorians. So they want to recruit Axe Woven and his crew, and of course they used to be Bo-Katan's crew. They had kind of a falling out, and there's some fences that need mending there. So we're not sure if they're going to join them or not, but first, they are requested and then forced to join a former Imperial captain, who's played by Jack Black, and his wife is this Duchess, who's played by Lizzo as well. So very interesting casting there, very recognizable faces. And they are hoping that Bo and Mando can take out some rogue battle droids and get to the bottom of this situation as to why some of these battle droids are going nuts. So they go and they visit Christopher Lloyd, who plays a character here, a commissioner, who shows them the footage of all the malfunctions. And a lot of these malfunctioning droids are going crazy and crashing into walls and stuff. It's pretty funny stuff. And he does make a point that, hey, if we shut down all the droids, unfortunately, the people won't know what to do with their lives. It's just like people with their cell phones. So that's a very funny point that Chris Lloyd's character makes here, where he says like people are helpless without their droids. It's just like people without their phones. It's the same thing. But yeah, so they can't be shut down, so they have to go and weed them out and find out what's going on. During their investigation, Din Djarin finds a rogue super battle droid and chases it down. Bo-Katan shoots it and destroys it, but they find this little iPad thing, and they track it down to this droid bar called the Resistor. I thought that was a joke they made. Nope, it's a real bar in this show, and the bartender explains this Nepenthe drink that the droids drink that apparently is like oil. It's like good, they like it. I don't know. Okay, sure, why not? And there's this particular brand of it that I guess is affecting some of them. And it turns out in the end that Commissioner Hellgate, which is Christopher Lloyd's character, he's the one that actually started this whole mess and had these droids go haywire. He was behind the whole thing, and he winds up mentioning his admiration for Count Dooku and droid armies and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, okay, buddy. And so anyway, he winds up getting exiled, and then Bo and Din Djarin, they get the key to Plazir, and they also get an audience with the Mandos, so they get to find out where they are and go try to recruit them after all. Lizzo's character, the Duchess, also winds up knighting Grogu. He becomes a knight. Yippee. So when they catch up with the Mandos and their fleet, Axe Woves is challenged and he's beaten by Bo-Katan, who is then given the Darksaber by Din Djarin. I guess he decided, since Bo saved him in episode 2 of this season from drowning, she earned it, I guess. So yeah, she now leads this group, and that's how the episode ends, with her igniting the Darksaber and just showing off, hey, I'm the captain now. So she's the leader now of their group and of the other group, I'm sure. I think she's going to be the number one leader. And you got to wonder if this is all just some kind of crazy plan by the armorer, or something else is happening, something sinister. Are we going to get some kind of Grand Admiral Thrawn stuff, or are we just going to go back to Moff Gideon? I don't know. It's all speculation. But I just know that this episode was I don't know, it was just okay, you know. I gotta say, like the Captain Bombardier, which is Jack Black's character, and the Duchess, you know, they were fun. You know, seeing them, but seeing too many famous people in this show kind of took me out of it a bit. You know, Christopher Lloyd he's now done both Star Trek and Star Wars. Of course, he was in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, as a Klingon, and now he plays a human character. You know, basically he just plays Christopher Lloyd. If Christopher Lloyd was, you know, the obsessed fanatic of Count Dooku and battle droid armies and stuff, I guess. I don't know. It just wasn't that interesting, you know. It just wasn't that great to me. I didn't really feel the escapism, you know. I just thought it was like, oh, who's going to show up next? You know, who's the next, you know, celebrity face that's going to show up? And I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's just how I felt when I saw so many wonderful, you know, familiar faces. The Grogu being knighted scene just seems dumb to me, but okay, you know, I mean, just pointless and okay, let's take up a few seconds for no reason. Maybe it has some significance down the road. I don't know. Maybe. Some people are complaining that there's not enough Din Djarin, not enough of the Mandalorian, and too much of Bo-Katan, another Mandalorian. So it's about the Mandalorian, whichever one you want to pick. You know, I'm not really disappointed in it because they're working together, although she's really, you know, been given the push, right? She's really been pushed back to the front, to the leadership that she should be, you know, that she was well, she felt entitled to during the animated series and everything like that. So yeah, you know, I just didn't really care for this one overall. You know, I mean, there were some fun moments. The Ugnaughts were fun. There were some Ugnaughts in there too, you know, with Din Djarin getting them to listen by talking, you know, and saying, I know Quill, I have spoken, you know, and so yeah, that was all right. So it was cool, but I think it was the most disappointing episode of the season, but that doesn't mean it was bad. So I'm going to give this episode, Guns for Hire, Season 3, Episode 6, a 7 out of 10, because it's still good, still tasty Star Wars show, but the other ones were a lot more interesting so far. So we'll see what happens in the next 2 episodes, as we only have 2 more to go. So that's all for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this quick review. And until next time, this is Neil. May the Force be with you. Peace.